Hello there, and welcome to A Film a Day, award season 2023, with me, Jordan Woodley. The Batman doesn't not deserve to be amongst these films for nomination. The Batman is a revitalisation of that character's story, and just as with the Nolan trilogy brought a new slant, Matt Reeves is bringing a new slant and his own version of it. I think, as revealing about myself, that as big a comic book fan as I am, even I, who has probably the most patience and the most willingness to embrace the comic book genre, am a little tired. It's very stagnated, and I think people are struggling. And yet the Batman does try to do something different. It really tries to give the setting a distinctive identity and try to bring in a new narrative that just isn't a reiteration of the dark themes that we really explored with the Nolan or even the Burton interpretation. I've talked a lot about films like Babylon and Amsterdam really trying to revitalise the all-star cast film, and to some degree not succeeding. And what it occurs to me is that, to some degree, the Batman is also, on a subtler level, trying to create that all-star cast narrative, where, in this case, because of the name recognition of the Batman characters, the Penguin, the Riddler, Catwoman, even the Joker in a cameo sense, and of course even people like Jim Gordon and Alfred, you have that sense of known names within the characters as well as the actors. But if you forget for a second the characters, it really does aim for frankly a rather interesting selection of actors in regards to this award season, considering we have actors like Barry Keoghan, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell. These are actors who are already being recognised in this award season for other films. And it might be to its favour because, on some degree, it shows its connectivity to quality narratives and actors who will make interesting choices. I do really like the Batman, and I do have time for it, and I want to see the Matt Reeves version of it continue. I like the noir aesthetic, and I think making a more detective-centric noir Batman is an interesting direction to take it. I think over the next 5 years, I think we're going to really be seeing the comic book fatigue and how that will shape out. Batman will probably be, maybe Batman and Spider-Man are the two sub-franchises that are likely to be the last to suffer, because they almost have distinctive brands that allow them to succeed, where, say, the MCU as a general might be struggling more, or the DCEU might be struggling more, or even other comic book franchises or non-comic book franchises that are really going through a turbulent time. In the awards respect, I struggle to see if the Batman has a place. I honestly don't think it will. It is a good film and it has good performances, but there's nothing about it that feels distinctive in that kind of platform, on that kind of stage. It doesn't yet have that identity that I would say these are the reasons that it should be getting awards nominations. It might win practical effects. It might win sound design. It might win, some of the more effects side of costuming and hair and makeup, maybe. But it's not. I don't really see that, and I think this is the point in which we're going to see that reflection and go, are we going to see a shift in the cinema franchise, in the landscape of cinema, where the comic book movies start to take more of a back seat? Maybe, maybe not. I'm still going to see them, so perhaps in the future we'll just develop a new relationship to them, like we did with the Westerns, like we did with noir. And like I say, I think this is one of the strongest franchises within the wider genre, so who's to say? But in terms of awards, I don't really think it's going to come away with many, if any. But I'm willing to be surprised. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time.